Hello everyone, welcome to Code and Learn. In this lesson of our GoLang course, we will be discussing derived types and the pre-declared identifier Iota. So let's dive in. First, let us revise what derived types are. In the previous lessons, we have learned that it's possible to create a new type from existing built-in types, such as type age int, where we derive a new type age from an existing or inbuilt type int. Similarly, we can also create a new type from user-defined type, such as type student human, where the human type is a user-defined data structure, or a struct. Please note that the new types that are derived from the built-in types, like age, can be used with operators that apply to that built-in type. For example, we can use addition with age type. Let's have a look at a code example. So here I am going to create the type age, which is based on int. As you can see, here we have age based on type int. So I can create variables of type age and assign them int values. Here I have created a variable young, which is of type age and value 10. Next, I created a variable old, which is of type age and value 60. Now if I do fmt println young plus old, you can see we are able to use the plus operator with the age type since it's derived from a int built-in type. If I run our program now, we will be able to see that 70 is printed to the console. As you can see, 70 is indeed printed to the console. Next, let us derive a type from an custom type. Here, I'm going to create a type human, which is a struct. It will have only one field, which is age and type int. Next, I can derive a type from it, say type student, which is of type human. So that is how you create derived types. What we saw in the code is this inheritance. In many programming languages, you create a new class by deriving it from another class, a process known as inheritance. Inheritance allows the derived class and the base class or the parent class to be used interchangeably whenever the parent class is required. However, this is not the case in Go. In Go, the parent and the child types are two distinct types and cannot be used interchangeably. In other languages that support inheritance, the methods declared on the parent type or the class can be used by the child type or the class. But in Go, the parent and child types do not share any methods. They both have their own method sets. Although Go is object-oriented, it does not use inheritance for code reuse. Instead, it relies on composition and promotion. We will delve into this topic in the next lesson. Now let's look at some code examples. If here I create a function sum, which prints the age passed to it, we can call this function sum with our age variable, which is young. But if I say var young is an int, you see the IDE is complaining that the types are not compatible. So even though we derived age from int and sum accepts age, we cannot pass a variable of type int. It will only accept a variable of type age. So essentially, there are two different types. Same will be the case of human and student. If a function accepts student, you can only pass a student type to it. So human and student types cannot be used interchangeably. To prove that inheritance doesn't work when we derive a type from another type, let's look at this example. Here we have human of type struct with age int. Then on human, I created a method called printAge, which just prints the age of the human. Next, I will create a type student, and we will use human to derive this type. Now inside it, if I say var s is a student, here I defined s, which is of type student. Student has the age of 10. We were able to do this because when we derived the types, Go promoted the age from human to student. But if we try to do s.printAge, we won't be able to do that because fields are the only thing promoted in this case and methods are not. So this is something that you should keep in mind when deriving types. After covering the derived types, let us take a closer look at Iota. Iota is essentially a pre-declared identifier that represents a sequence of untyped integer constants. It is commonly used within a constant declaration to define a set of predefined values. However, it's important to note that Iota is not equivalent to enumeration or enums in other languages, as the Go programming language does not support them. Here we have a short code example of using Iota. First, we declare a new type derived from int. The new type is size, and then inside the constant declaration, the first constant, we say extra small is of size type and then assign value Iota. Then small, medium, large, extra large will be automatically assigned value of 1, 2, 3, 4 when the compiler sees that extra small has a value of Iota. And in this case, extra small will get a value of 0. Let us look at this with an example. So I can say type size, type int. Then I can declare constants based on size using Iota. So extra small is of type size and the value is Iota. Next we can say small, then medium, large and extra large. This is how we use Iota to define a preset limited value. If we try to print the value of any of these constants, you will see that extra small will have the value of 0. Then we can also print small, medium, large and extra large. Let's run our program to see the output. As you can see, extra small was assigned the value of 0, small was assigned the value of 1, medium the value of 2, large the value of 3 and extra large the value of 4. That is how you use Iota to define a set of limited values. We can use this with switch. So I can say func print size. We take the size variable s and then inside it we can switch on size and declare the cases. This is how we can use a preset defined values with Iota. Inside print size we switch on s and then print the values according to the size value supplied, which is based off Iota. Please note, if I create another constant, new again will be assigned the value of 0. As you can see, the ID is showing us. So inside each new constant group, Iota is again initialized from 0. Another thing I wanted to show you, if you do Iota into 2, the first value will be 0. But what will happen to small, medium, large in that case? In this case, what the compiler will do is, small will be 2 into 1, medium will be 2 into 2, large will be 2 into 3, and extra large will be 2 into 4, which is 8. So it decides the next sequence based on what we supply here. Please note that constant set of value defined with the help of Iota should only be used for packages that don't export any of this functionality, because if I add a value, for example x here, all the subsequent values will change. Large now becomes 8 and extra large now becomes 10. Let's summarize what we learned in this lesson. We talked about the process of creating new types by using existing built-in types or custom created types. It's important to note that when deriving types in Go, inheritance is not taken into account. We also learned that using pre-declared identifier Iota to create a set of constant values. To sum it up, Go does not support enumeration or inheritance, but it has its own way of doing similar things with Iota and embedding, which we will look at in the next lesson. That's it for the lesson. If you have any questions, please post a comment under the video or reach out to our Discord server. Thanks for watching. Until next time, happy coding.